This one's like about maybe 6 inches, maybe.
What?
As far as the eye for me. I'm assuming it's as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, that does not sound good out of context.
Bye.
Bye. Hello Internet, I'm Firebolt, and welcome to As Far As the Eye. Now, this one's actually got a bit of a story behind it because many eons ago, about 2 years ago I think, I made a video on a wonderful sort of hex board game type styly thing called Armello. I did 2 parts on it. I was really into that game for quite a while. I went back to do a video on it that I was pretty happy with, and it turns out well, I'm not sure if they actually watched it or if they just like name searched Armello. I hope they watched it. They said that they liked the video on my video on Armello, which feels weird and sort of humbling. I really hope they did actually watch it now. For that, they gave me a key for their new game, As Far As the Eye, which is actually pretty recent. I got it before it actually released, although due to scheduling things, I didn't really get it close to release at all. But yeah, this is actually going out on the author's birthday. Now, the grand old age of 74. I also do like how this spells out a fate in capitals, which I think is tied into something in the game. But basically, this is a very calm, sort of nomadic city builder, I think they describe it as. You basically, the concept is you got to lead a tribe to the eye, sort of the center of your world, because seas are rising. Very topical right now. But weirdly, that's calm. I don't know, I've been really stressed recently because it's like uni welcome week next week, and I think that just like hit yesterday night and I didn't get much sleep. But this is just something nice and calm, but also really brutal from what I've seen of it, so should be interesting. But yeah, I have played through the campaign here. Yeah, I think before it had a little medal beside them so that I'd done them. I have done them, so I vaguely know what I'm talking about, but I haven't actually played like a proper game because those have got like special circumstances. But I'll explain as we go on how this all works. Oh, there's more options here than last time I looked. I haven't actually unlocked any of the other tribes here yet, which is probably for the best because I think they're probably a bit more advanced. But I'm assuming that's just, oh, there's a longer journey to the eye. These are all unspecialized, so your pupils, everything's kind of themed around the eye. You play as the Sai, I think, which is kind of the wind. But I do just like the idea that I'm just playing as a Sai, because I feel like that's just my personality right now, because just... yeah. But basically you sort of specialize your pupils as you go on. This is just the basic tribe where they're just sort of all rounders. The kind of path that you're going to be going through is fairly diverse, it says there. It's a fairly nice sort of starting place, although again it's surprisingly brutal, so we'll see how we get on. This might be a 2-parter, we'll see. I'm not sure how long an actual sort of main campaign will be, but we'll play. I don't know how long I'll survive either. I mean, I've got the basic tutorial on, so this should remind me of anything I've forgotten. Also, if there's other stuff that the main campaign didn't cover. Oh, I can change bow tie colours, that's interesting. Basically, everything's kind of based around balloons as well. Everyone has balloons that they carry things in, because they don't, like, sort of gather up resources, but they don't actually, like, chop it down or anything. They just sort of wibble magic, because they're supposed to be connected to nature and stuff. But there is also a sort of lesson there that you get like events if you stay in one place for too long, so it's sort of like encouraging you not to take advantage of nature, which is kind of good, I guess. Although, yeah, there's sort of flooding that will be encroaching, although I haven't really seen it too often where like that is actually the main threat. It's more running out of food and stuff that normally gets me. Yeah, it says this is not a game of speed but optimization, because it's all turn-based. You want to make sure you're getting the most efficient use out of your pupils rather than just speeding through it to try and correct some disaster. You need to think carefully. And this is sounding less relaxing than when I started, but whatever. There are new things here. What is all of this? Yeah, there's also research things which I haven't done before. I'm kind of new to this. Oh god, there is so much here that is not in the... I'll figure that out eventually. Right, basically, yeah, we need to pick a goal for where we're going to go. So we're here in a sort of big main hole. Eventually that'll flood up, but we have 3 options for going forward. However, there are different obstacles to get to each of these. So there's a small marshy one here. However, we need builder 3. I don't think any of our... I'm going to disable the tutorial. I'm going to regret this, but it's annoying me. Small marsh hole, we require builder 3. I don't actually have eyes on my pupils yet. I think I get 3 at the start, because they're all in the caravan, because you're sort of trying to move on your nomads. That doesn't actually require any resources, but we do need to get someone up to builder 3. Not sure we could do that. I'm not sure if they already have some small level of specialization. This one is a small protected hole. Now, what that'll mean is there's sort of magic thingies that like protect certain resources and make it a lot more difficult to gather. You kind of need someone to go and tell the forest that it's gonna be alright even if you exploit it. So like that's sort of to stop you gathering resources. I'm not sure if you need to be a certain class to... I think you do. If I open up the trade wheel here. So we have Chechu. I mean, I don't think these are based on particularly real names. I think the company's French. Mio and Kilv. Oh, they have more movement points. Any particular reason? Oh, they all get like a different trait. I think it's just one positive trait for each of them. So this one eats less food. That's probably good because I'm always running out of food. This one does not consume food when they're not doing anything. Now, I think they're counted as not doing anything, even if they're like moving about and exploring. It's only if they're assigned to one of these forms here, and that's how you get experience up. Although you have to be in a building of that form, because you can like gather wood from your caravan, but you need to build a building for them to get experience as a woodcutter. Yeah, loads of, it looks really complicated, but basically you kind of pick one for them to specialize in. Now with the protected holes, I think it's the druids that sort of deal with that. That's kind of a bit specialized. They can analyze remains, they can permanently soothe auras. No, I think they can soothe the auras from the get-go, they're just not as good at it. Yeah, so for that first route we need to get to builder level 3 with one of these. So we should probably assign one of them as builder. I don't know, I mean Kill's faster, so it might make sense to make them do that. Yeah, it says I can change their bow color, although it's, you know, there's a lot of shades. I'm going to change them so I can actually distinguish them a little better. So you're going to be Chechu, you're going to be green. You're going to be, you can stay as black, I guess. And you can stay as purple. Right, so we have green, black, and purple. Chechu, Meow, and Kilv. They're not specialized in anything in particular yet, just it's that they've got certain positive traits. So, I mean, we'll just sort of see what I assign them to when they start out, and that'll probably be what they go down. Generally, it's good to have someone always gathering food, just so you never run out. We start off with a big pile of rations, so we don't just immediately starve. But if you do run out of food, everyone gets sick and starts taking damage, and if you don't get food fast enough to fix that, then everyone dies. Yeah, again, this is certainly less calm. It is kind of calm. It's because it's turn-based. You can sort of just go with it, and it's all nice and artsy, and it's still calm and like the wind. To get to that halt there, we need wool, which you can get from sort of llama type things, I guess. The animals in this game are kind of weird and fun. We also need a bunch of wood for that. We don't have any other resources other than rations. You get pepkins, which are sort of like your base sort of resource. They're kind of like just like gathering fruit kind of thing, and then you get rations, which you actually cook. That means that you get more food out of less resources, but you do need someone to be cooking food. The pupils will always go for the rations first, I think. It's generally at a rate of 6 per turn per pupil, so we'll be eating through 18 of those. Except, yeah, one of them eats less, so I think that should be less. And also one of them doesn't eat if they're not doing anything, so yeah, potentially just 9 if the other one's not doing anything. And then we got this one over here, but we need a trapper to get over there, as well as a bunch of game and ore. We'll see what resources we get. The one that doesn't require any experience to get over is this one, so although it is protected. This one's also protected, but it is medium, so we have potentially more resources there. And that one's marshy, so potentially less resources there. I don't know yet. But there is also the other factor of these two feed into only one, so I kind of need to pick carefully, and this one leads into 2. I mean, they all eventually lead into 1. We might not ever make it there, but I haven't actually taken my first go yet. Right, so basically we got a caravan here. Have we actually got anything in the caravan yet? Oh no. Shit, I did not mean to settle there. Oh well, that's probably fine. We're near enough pepkins, it's just you can explore for a bit longer and they eat less food while you're doing that, but whatever. Well, I mean, I guess just start exploring. Who should be best at gathering? I mean, you're faster, so I guess you'd gather food faster. We'll get you to be our gatherer for the minute. You can gather up pepkins. You won't get any experience as a gatherer if you don't actually build a building for it, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, you just gather up pepkins so we just have a food supply there for when those rations run out, and they will. And you two just explore. Explore in this direction first. You generally get 3 movement points, but some tiles cost more to go through. Chetchu, just go off in this direction. Yeah, so we got the sort of woolly llama type things here. We got birds here where you can get game from. Pepkins here. There's some herbs in this jungle here, along with wood because it's a jungle. Also herbs here. You use herbs to make like potions which you can heal the pupils with, but yeah, that takes some time and generally you don't want them to be hurting anyway. The mountain though, yeah, that's got ore in it, so we could potentially use that to get the ore. We've got game nearby, so yeah, that route with the trapper is looking kind of good now. Although we have got wood and wool nearby, it's just that we need a builder to go to the other one, so we'll see. You've discovered a mountain with no resources in it. Oh, that's kind of useless. Yeah, this is just going to be difficult to go past because there's 2 mountains here. We have got a mountain here for ore. I don't think we need to go investigate what that is. Right, you keep gathering that up. We should probably start gathering up some wood so we have some resources for building. We've got a bunch of meat around, so yeah, that trapper route's looking pretty good. We will need to build a hut for trapping things in, and also it would be worth like building a cookhouse, I think it is, where you can like cook the meat into rations. I mean, we need the meat itself, but it would be good for getting through that area and also just getting up experience as a trapper. We might find some ruins that we can like explore, although we can't analyze them yet, so they might have a negative effect. We've got a plane over here. You can grow cereals on them, which you can use for baking. But yeah, I think if you just build a farm on that, that should just gather it up itself. Because normally it's like you want things to be close to the caravan so you can gather it back there. But if you just build something there, then I think it just gathers it in that building and you get it in your sort of collective pile. We should definitely think about building what is it? Is it like a trapper's hut or something? We need to basically make someone the builder of the group. Oh god, there's so much. Yeah, a hunting lodge. Where would that be best be placed? Depends if we want wool. Because if we go to the buildings here, you can make like a stationary one and that'll stay there. I think there is a sort of cyclical nature to this where like once you go to the eye, you like pool all your knowledge together, get a bunch of points, whatever, and then you go back out to like the edge of the sort of world. And I think these buildings are supposed to stay, i.e. they're permanent. But these mobile ones, you can take them with you to the next halt. They do take a bit more resources and a bit more variety in resources, like we need ore, we need stone, we need wool, and we can't actually gather any of those without placing down a building already to gather those. So we will have to make some permanent buildings to gather up those things. But yeah, the main one that I think would be worth making mobile is probably like a farm or a harvest hut, maybe. The bakery definitely probably worth making mobile because that's useful wherever you are. But the ones that are just like basic resource gathering, you can probably just build permanently and be fine with that. Oh, we have I think it's a rhinophilo. Now they look big and scary, but basically the idea is you can capture them to basically add to your caravan. They can carry extra resources because once you gather up all your resources, there's kind of a Tetris-like thing for taking them to the next halt. They can also hold like annex buildings, yeah. So if you want a camp basically means that you're allowed to have more pupils. So sometimes other caravans will show up because everyone's going to the eye, so your paths might cross. And sometimes they'll ask you like, oh, do you want to take on this pupil? You can only have all of them working if you have enough housing for them. I mean, but basically, like this one, while they are doing stuff by exploring, they're not actually working right now. So we could have someone else working and, you know, they would still be fine to do that. But you kind of just need to build that and you need a rhinophilo for that as well as some other resources. And that camp will come with you to the next area as well. A workshop, I'm not actually sure what this is. Allowing new upgrades on all buildings. Oh. A market essentially allows you to trade for items that you don't actually have in your halt. Or just really any item. With other tribes, I assume. And a council, what is that? Allows you to spend knowledge points, so that'll be this thing here. You kind of, once you start specializing, decide if you want to accumulate knowledge while you're doing your tasks, or if you just want to get more resources. That's generally the decision that you have to make. But yeah, all of them cost resources. Still nothing in the way of ruins. We've got loads of resources over here. I'll keep exploring though. We are just slowly gathering food and wood, although we are eating into our rations. Are you the one that doesn't eat while you're not? Yeah. Once you're done gathering that wood, I might send you off to do the exploring instead. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's a plane with pepkins and grain. Oh, good. Yeah, so if I send you back here to gather up the wood, or actually just to get that pack animal, the rhinophilo, and then I'll get you to explore in this direction, because that means you shouldn't be eating food while you're doing that, I think. I'm assuming that's what it means by not doing anything. We've discovered some remains here. We can't analyze that yet because we don't have the qualification. It's like herbalist, I think, can analyze sacred sites, and then the druids can analyze these remains. You kind of need to specialize in that though. So just explore it, see what happens. This could be bad. Right, these remains are so old that a tree has grown in the centre. It generates a slow pulsing sound and Mio moves closer. The runes engraved on the tree are barely legible, but Mio makes out the notion of solidity. Placing a hand on the black trunk and closing their eyes, Mio hopes to make it out of this experience as a stronger person. The earth trembles beneath their feet a moment, then nothing. Leaving the remains, they see that the roots have grown up around the base of the tribe's mobile structures. These buildings will move no longer. We haven't actually got any mobile buildings deployed, so that shouldn't do anything. We can still build mobile buildings, I assume. But if we did build some already, that wouldn't be a good thing. But it kind of takes no effect since we've kind of just started here. Although just having a look here, that looks like a lot of time, but we've already used up like 14 turns, so it goes past surprisingly quickly. Yeah, they're taking back the Renofalo there. We've got like a stash of pepkins because we'll be eating into the rations first, but that's just good so we don't starve when that runs out. I think we've explored the main places that we would need to go to, so just have a look over here just to see. Now, right, we should think about specializing now. I mean, where do we want to build that hunting lodge, I guess is a good place to start. And do we want to make it mobile? I'm not sure. We need to build a cookhouse, and I think that would be good to make mobile. We need wood, stone, and wool for that first, though, so... Okay, Mio, you are going to be our builder, apparently. What do we need for the basic hunting lodge, though? 100 wood. Right, so we'd need to gather up wood in the first place. But I think a cookhouse is probably important as well to get. So in order for that, we'll need to get a quarry and pasture, I think it is, to gather up the wool nearby. That should be fairly easy. If we just build a pasture here, we still need 100 wood for that. I want to build do we have much stone about? We have some stone over here, but it's kind of difficult to get to because we can't actually build something nearby it. And we have some here. It's kind of far away from the caravan, but it's the best we can do, I think. And I don't think we're going to be using that spot, so that would be quite useful. I think wool's generally important to get. So we'll make a pasture. We'll need to gather up wood first. Yeah, once you're back with that, you can gather up wood. Actually, if we build a permanent sawmill somewhere, that should allow us to gather up wood faster, I think. Also get experience while doing it. Do we need that? I don't think we need that. Yeah, build that sawmill over there. You are now going to be our builder, apparently. Right, so they'll move back here. Are they specializing at all? You are becoming a bit of a better gatherer. I'm not sure. Do you actually get experience doing that? I kind of thought you only got experience if you did it in an actual building. That might be if you want experience as a fruit gatherer. Yeah, but this one you can do from the caravan just as a basic gatherer. So yeah, you can stay doing that for the moment, but I think it's faster just having a dedicated sawmill. Just gather wood for the moment, just so you're doing something right now. Right, you're now turned into a builder, so you'll begin constructing that. You can now go work over here. Do we have enough for a pasture yet? We do not. Do we have enough for a quarry? No, that's all 100 wood. Right, so we'll just have to wait to gather up wood. What can you do in the meantime, Mio? Well, you don't eat unless you're doing something, so I guess you can keep exploring. Or I guess, actually, you can work here for a while, just while you're gathering wood. Yeah, you can both gather wood, because we just need some more wood, I think. You can now go build a... Ooh, what's more important? I think a pasture, because we're running out of wool on everything. So that's between two of the wool resources there. Yeah, we want it close enough to the actual caravan, so not everyone has to walk a mile for it. But yeah, you, Chechu, can now go to work in there. We'll also need a quarry, and we'll need to build the hunting lodge eventually. I shall change my goal to this, because I think I'm set on that now. Oh, we need ore for that as well. So we'll need to build a mine. Yeah, so you've now got a pasture there. We don't need anyone specifically to gather wool, but yeah, what am I wanting to build next? Quarry is generally useful. I mean, we need more wood for that. Hunting lodge, we need more wood for that. However, the cookhouse, which might be quite useful, for that to be mobile, we need a bunch of wood, bunch of stone, bunch of wool. So I think quarry is probably the important thing to get. We can't build any of that yet, so you can just gather wool while we wait for wood. And now, Mio, you can go build a quarry. Oh, a quarry or is a hunting lodge more important? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, we need a lot of meat there. Yeah, the stone's not essential because we can have the permanent buildings. Right, where do we want our hunting lodge though? We don't want it too far from anything. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff around here. If we put it over here, I know that's getting rid of a plane. One of you can specialize in like trapping afterwards. And once you're done gathering that wood, I'm going to make Chechu my dedicated trapper so we can start getting experience up in that. I think that should work fine. Yeah, the basic trapper, that just means you need to get up to that. That also means you'll be better at fishing if we need that in the future. Yeah, so if you go somewhere to build the cookhouse for that, we'll need a mine first. I mean, we'll need a mine in general. Right, so we'll go where we need to build a mine. I think we can build one there fine, so you just move there ahead of time. Meanwhile, you can go start gathering up meat. Yeah, you started depleting pepkins there. Can probably get you to do something else actually. I mean, keep an eye on food supply, but I think it'd be good if you gather up wood as well. Oh, I built a mine now. Do I need that to be permanent? I don't, but it costs more resources, and I don't want to spend a bunch of resources getting stone when we're already spread a bit thin here. So you gather up the ore to get a cookhouse, wait until that gets up to 50. Oh god. Oh, you depleted the wood there. Whoops. Yeah, we're kind of stripping the local resources here. Ooh, friendly caravan. Where is that? Might be... Oh, is it right here? No, you just return that and then go speak to these guys. You should be able to catch up to them. Right, here we go. Caravan of pupils passes through this area. Exchanges with this group can be fruitful. I'm looking at the time on this and thinking that I might make this a two-parter. This caravan is yeah, you get 3 options here. This caravan is having shortages. They offer a trade. Now, I don't have any potions, so I can't actually do that one. It offers Raja wants to join your tribe if you help his tribe reach the eye by giving 180. Maybe you could use his skill 180. Well, we don't have enough for that. So the third option here is Kilv notices that an experienced druid accompanies the caravan. In return for 30 wood, the druid offers to analyze all visible remains and sacred sites. We don't have enough resources to actually do much of this. We've already explored all visible remains and sacred sites, but yeah, that would just be giving away 30 wood, wouldn't it? Hang on, quickly gather up enough wool to do that. I hope they're still here by the time you're finished. I think they've left. God damn it. Oh, by the way, we got more than enough ore, so yeah, that should be fine. You build a cookhouse. It doesn't matter where it is, just so it's not in the way of anything. Oh yeah, I was doing that to get that mobile. No. Build a quarry so we can get that mobile. Where are we building that? I think up here. It'll take a little bit of time, but whatever. We still got enough food. Vagaries will start soon. And they're like bad things, basically. You're just still gathering up stuff there. How are you doing on experience? You've already got Trapper 1. We just need you to get up to Trapper 2 and gather up enough meat. We might not even need the cookhouse, but it'll be good to take with us, I think. Another friendly caravan. You should probably stop gathering up wool. You go meet with them. You start gathering up stone. Caravan of pupils passes through. Caravan seeks a trade, so for 120 pepkins I can get 500 knowledge points. I'm not really sure. I think they upgrade things, but I don't really know how that works. So I'm not sure I want to do that. Jas has heard of your tribe and thinks that maybe you could use a grower 1 skill. I probably could. Your tribe asks the caravan for help and suggests they do part of the trip, reducing the... No, I don't really need that. So, yeah, get a new pupil here. They have a grower 1 skill. Yeah, that'll mean they'll be good at farms and pastures, so we should get them to gather up wool if we need more of that. But also, in the next halt, it might be useful to get them to build a farm. However, for the moment, they can't all work at the same time, so we need someone to basically set up a camp, which we have the resources for. So Kilv can just go do that. It has to be next to the thingy, so we just put that there. They can't work right now, but yeah, if you go just move to the actual pasture so we can keep gathering there. Right, so we need to wait for you to build. You're not specialized in building, but you're still gathering stone up here, so I didn't want to disturb that. Right, so now you can start working on wool, I guess. Do we have enough resources to make the mobile cookhouse yet? We still need more stone. So you can gather up wood. We now have enough meat to go, but I kind of want to get more food in. Okay, right, now you can finally build the mobile cookhouse. We still need you to get trappers, so we'll leave you doing that. But yeah. This means we'll be able to take it with us as well, which is useful. Game resource has been depleted. That means you'll have to go a little bit further, but whatever, they're permanent buildings. Oh, we have everything we need to go. Yeah, I kind of want to get my rations up. So, Kills, you're kind of a gatherer, but yeah, I think you can become the cook, I think. What else do we need? If you start gathering up wood, just as a sort of general resource thing, then we'll have some more in the next place. Wool resource has been depleted. Yeah, so we're running out of resources here. However, yeah, we're about halfway to this being flooded. But yeah, we haven't encountered any vagaries yet, although I don't know if like the game detects that I've now got enough and is now going to start throwing vagaries at my way to sort of tell me to go because I've got enough. I think that's to sort of stop you just gaming that you have plenty of time left here. I think it does detect that you've got enough and sort of gets angry at you, like nature's wanting to heal. Yeah, straight away, vagary lightning's going to happen in 6 turns. So the clouds gather very quickly and suddenly the storm is brief but violent, leaving chaos behind. 3 bolts of lightning will strike at random, inflicting 90 damage to structures and igniting forests and jungles. We should probably leave before that happens, but we'll leave that until the last second, I think. So we have plenty of rations going into the next place. Yeah, so they're already cooking stuff based on what they're getting here. So in 5 turns that'll come. Next time there'll be lightning, so if we just pack up and go. Right, so we're using the Renophalo for the camp, so we can't use them as extra carry space. We might not be able to take everything with us. It's already eaten into what we need to actually get there, so we'll just take everything else with us. Stone can fit in there. We'll just pack it in there. Also, your mobile buildings, if you want to take them with you, you have to Tetris them in as well. Oh, this might not all fit. Move you there. Skills. The most annoying shape possible. Great. Well, we don't need to take that, do we? Yeah, I'd prefer to take the rations with me, I think. Do we need to take the stone with us? It's probably good to take some. Oh, yeah, shit. When we leave... Yeah, I said about the mobile building, but we do actually have a mobile building that we need to fit in here. Yeah. You kind of need to upgrade the caravan, I think, or get Renophalos to carry extra stuff. Otherwise, yeah, you end up leaving stuff behind, I think. I mean, prioritize food. That's what I always do. I mean, a good thing is also prioritize 100 stacks, so you're not using up space for less. So if you get rid of that, then we'll get more food. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. If we can leave behind 18 there and 70 there if we don't have enough space. Well, we can gather pepkins and we got the cookhouse. We can get more food fairly easily. Depends. We're going to a medium protected hole. It depends what's protected there. I think that's the best we're going to get. Yeah, and then we can move along to the next hole. Now this aura, annoyingly, its protective influence is on game. So for us to gather up any game, we'll need to soothe that first. Now when you soothe it, I think it has a positive influence on it, but that only lasts for so long. You need to keep it soothed. Also, just have a look at the knowledge points to see what they actually do. Yeah, so we can get upgrades to our caravan. Your caravan is very flirtatious and very attractive. If you install it next to a pack animal, it tames it immediately. Is that like the rhinoceros and my caravan bone each other? Oh god. And then there's the council, which I'm not sure what you do with. I think that might have something to do with the eye at the end. You need kind of resources for some of these, but this has a sort of area of effect where every resource will also be halved while you're gathering it here. So we probably don't want to settle here. Oh god, there's so much here. There's so many protective auras here. Right, so there's one for meat, there's one for wood, there's one for ore, there's one for fish. Is it? There's one for pet. This whole place is impossible. Right, let's not settle here because, oh, I picked a bad place. Oh, there's another one here for bloody fucking game. This is quite a bad place to be. I should not have gone here. Yeah, when it says protected, I expect like 1 or 2 auras. Not a whole hole full of them. Which means that it's impossible to collect anything because everything's affected by the aura. Right. Do not settle here because we will run out of food and die. This game's not protected. Oh, it's also quality. It's like extra special fine meat. Which means that I don't think you can actually get that unless you're a certain skill. You need to get up to that level of hunter before you can get that kind of meat. Just a reminder, Chechus are sort of hunter fisher kind of thing, trapper. Meow's going to be our builder, already up to level 3 builder. So we probably could have gone that other way, that just needed a builder. They'll be able to specialise it into an engineer, which does mobile buildings, or an architect, which does permanent buildings. They've kind of done a bit of stone gathering, but that's because they're the only one that's done it. Kilv is kind of just a bit of a general all-rounder. I kind of wanted Kilv, I think, to be the chef, didn't I? Yeah, they were being the... Chefs do the meat, meanwhile bakers do stuff from crops. Meanwhile, yeah, Jas is a grower, although really basic level, so they can do wool or farming. Given how little stuff we can actually gather here, we might need to do farming. We'll get less from it, but there's a number run offload over here. Plus a plane that's not affected by the auras. That's probably quite useful. Friendly caravans here. Oh yeah, we're also eating into time, aren't we? Oh god, not near the Pepkin one. So I guess here? We need space to set up camp. Yeah, so go over here. This is awful, but Meow, unpack the camp. Here. Here, is that good? Nowhere's good here. I think here's probably the best place to put that. Yeah, we also can't gather up any wood from anywhere near this thing. We can gather wood from there or over here. Yeah, well, we'll go and just soothe everything, I think. Since you're the trapper, I guess you can soothe the meat one. Wood one's probably not. Oh, we need to see what we actually need to get to the next place. Okay, so we can either go to small fertile land salt. That sounds nice. I don't want to go to another fucking protected one, and we also need herbs to get there, so fuck that shit. We need a stone gatherer for that. Mio, I think they're the builder. Mio did a bit of stone gathering. Miner and stone cutter are the specific specialization, but you're very near to being stone cutter too, stone gatherer anyway, so that should be fine. And we just need more stone for that. Do we have any stone? There's plenty of stone over there. This should be fairly easy. However, it is getting close to when I'd normally stop recording, so I should probably... I'll go talk to that caravan. Kill, you're fast, you can go do that. Yeah, probably get that one so we have wood. Right, here we go. Caravan seeks a trade. We have enough meat for that, so we can get a bunch of ore. Blout wants to join your tribe. If you help his tribe reach the eye by giving 50 stone and 50 ore, we could do that. Maybe use the skills of a woodcutter 1 and stonecutter 1. Doesn't mean we're eating into more food that we don't really have. Oh yeah, shit, we need to start gathering food, don't we? We have 400 pepkins anyway, but we'll get someone to start gathering food. Because we're getting less food from there as well now. Kilv notices that an experienced druid accompanies the caravan. In return for 30 wood, the druid offers to analyze all visible remains and sacred sites. I didn't see any remains or sacred sites here, so that's going to be useless. We can get 100 ore, or we can get a new person on board, but we will need to build another camp for that. I think 100 ore is probably the best thing, because we can build mobile buildings with that, I think. Yeah, bunch of mobile buildings use ore. We've now got plenty of ore for that. I think we can build basically any mobile building. Yeah, if we want to build a mobile building. Apart from a farm, we need stone for that, but we need to gather up more wood as well. However, I would probably recommend building a farm and maybe like a mobile bakery. Yeah, we can afford a mobile bakery. I think that would be a good course of action. However, yes, I'm going to leave it there. We're in a bit of a tricky situation here. I do like this game. It's surprisingly complicated, but also quite easy to get to grips with. There's a lot of stuff here that I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but I want to see, because I've not actually played through a proper game of this yet, I want to see if when you actually get to the eye, like, you repeat the cycle so those permanent buildings actually stay there. And I think it said something in the campaign about, like, the Holt's healing. Although the small fertile land, although it is small, it says that fertile land is always good, and it not being protected, I fucking hate this Holt because everything's under protection of an aura, and we need to soothe everything to get anything up. So far, really enjoying this. Thank you to the devs of Armello for this. If you liked that and had a look at that, or you liked what you saw of that, I think this is probably going to be your sort of thing too. It's not like competitive, but it's addictive, and time sort of disappears with it as well, which I both love and hate in a game. Yeah, so I've been Firebolt, and this has been As Far As The Eye. See you in, I guess, about a month for part 2.